Well, I'd better get to work on this kit. It's not gonna build itself, or will it? Okay, show me. Nothing. That's a bit of a letdown and a relief at the same time. There are plenty of YouTube channels with excellent modelers with excellent production skills. This is not one of them. Welcome to Cable's Creations, a video channel on modeling for the rest of us. I've got a little more, another round of wet sanding done. That white roof is just really smooth, but I'm gonna keep going. Just, yeah, had a little bit of red dust on it there. But I'm gonna keep going on that just the same to have it just totally smooth. And also, worked on the hood and these other front valence pieces. So I had a few little areas of burn through while sanding. Another one kind of back there. So gonna get those fixed, let it dry real good, and then we'll get back at the sanding. Okay, got all these various parts of Christine wet sanded, and it's almost ready for clear coat. I'm gonna need to mask off areas that I'm gonna be painting chrome in order for them to not get too much of a clear buildup. All right, getting into some clear coating on Christine. The areas I've got masked off, gonna be hitting that with the either a part of it kind of on that bigger area. Let me get a pointer. Kind of that big area is going to be silver, and then, but particularly around the roof, everywhere that's going to be hit that with the Revell chrome spray. But it's getting nice and shiny with that clear coat on it. I'm going to give it at least 3 more coats of clear, then wet sand the clear. All right, got Christine all the red painted, and both the color coats and the clear over everything. So now I'm gonna unmask the areas that are going to be painted metallic and then remask those. Get some black primer into the metallic areas, and then get the metallic painting done. I'm gonna hold off on the polish until after I get all the painting done. So I don't want the tape messing it, any of the tape where I'm gonna mask off for the metallics, don't want that messing with the polish. So, finally getting some progress here. All right, got Christine all masked up before hitting it with that gloss black primer and then the metallic colors. And so this big swoosh thing, most of that is going to end up being silver, and then there will be chrome along the edge of that. So I'm going to paint that silver, then get it masked off so that just the very edge will be chrome. Well, the Alclad primer didn't end up quite as glossy as I wanted. So I'm just gonna hit it with some Tamiya gloss lacquer, and then we'll get the silver in to be followed by the chrome. Okay, got a glossy coat, and actually I ended up using Gaia Notes instead of Tamiya lacquer, because got that bottle of Gaia Notes I'm trying to get finished off. So we'll get some silver on that, let it start drying off, or let it dry, and then we'll mask off the silver and then hit it with the chrome. Okay, I got the silver down, and now I've got the silver masked off and getting ready to start on the chrome. All right, got the chrome paint on, and as I started to unmask, it felt a little odd, maybe a little sticky on the tape, and I know you usually want to let it go a little while, so I'm not gonna do any more unmasking until a good 48 hours. I got the masking off of Christine, and looks like gonna need to do just a little bit of touch up, but overall I think that came out great. Get the kind of silver with chrome right by it. I'll do a little bit of red touch up here on the side, and a little bit of white on the top, and we'll be good. Okay, I think I won at touch up roulette. There were a few areas where the chrome had gotten across on the red and the white, so I'll let those dry up overnight and hit those areas where I had to touch up with some gloss tomorrow, and then we can start thinking about polishing. Okay, got the various touch-ups painted and sanded, so get those quick clear, and then we'll be on to polishing. Right, got the tires added, and also put in this firewall. One more piece to add to that. And then the next step is putting in the glass pieces onto the body. All right, got the glass sitting in there, just waiting to set, and it looks like gonna need to put a little water on a Q-tip and take care of some of those smudges. Yep, on both of those sides, but front and back, those look great. I question how necessary it is to have those, those side glass in, but I don't think I've ever seen a car model that had the side glass like that, or at least I've seen some where there's side glass for like a back panel, but not all the way around. Okay, still need to do the decals of the license plates, but glue is drying, and outside of those license plates, it's done. Well, here she is, all finished up. And along the way, at the very end, I had an issue with some of the paint. Kind of some paint spilling off on this left side right around that antenna as I was doing some touch-ups, but got that fairly well taken care of. This was a pretty well-fitting kit, better than most from AMT that I've worked with. And the paints, I used MCW Toreador Red. That Toreador Red is a fact going to play into at least the intro of my next video. All right, so that finishes this project. This was, and this was a car based on both a movie as well as a book. I think I mentioned in the intro to the first video, I read this book in '84, or was it '83? Anyway, the year it was published, yeah, it would have been '83. And I read most of it one night while a hurricane was coming in. I grew up close to Houston, about 60 miles southwest, and it was a hurricane hitting, basically went right downtown Houston, and it was raining glass in downtown Houston. That also happened to be my birthday, which was a little interesting. Also, I remember telling Dad that the idea of the book was kind of a haunted 58 Fury. And he said he had a friend that drove one. I said, something like that? And he said, yeah, that's just like what he had. All right, and the movie and book didn't have a sequel, but this build will. So stay tuned for that. For now, as always, showing you mine to hopefully make you feel better about yours.